Think fast, chuckle nuts!
Hello everyone, Praise Good here, and welcome to Think Fast on Hades. Hades is... basically, this game is meant to be kind of a... it's kind of a love letter to the roguelite legacy of sorts. And, also done by Supergiant, is a game that is of fantastic quality.
Few tales are told of Hades, whose very name inspires fear and penitence, reminding us of the inevitable fate which we all share. I, however, mean to tell you such a tale. Listen carefully.
So I'm going to be talking over the game here and there in a little bit, but I will tell you right now that this game is, well, right now this recording, it's post-commentary. Because some friends wanted me to play this really bad, and I told them I wanted to record it, and they're like, but play it, and I was like, okay, you know what, fine. I'm going to do post-commentary on it, whatever. So, I'm in post-commentary because I had folks watching over my shoulder. So, as you saw, I went through the PC options there. There's not a lot, because the game, even though it is a 3D aesthetic, it very much, even though it is a 3D aesthetic, so to say, it looks like it's mostly hand-drawn sprite work, so... a lot of computers can probably run this game, even though it does look like something, you know, it is a 3D appearance. I will say getting used to the combat here was probably the weirdest part because, and right now sitting here talking to you, I can't remember what all of the buttons do. I know left click is your attack button, and unfortunately you can't just hold down left click to keep on spamming the attack button. But, right click is your cast, which is those red gems. I'm pretty sure it's right click, if not it's Q. And if I've got it wrong otherwise, Q and or right click is the is your ultimate skill, or basically your alternative skill, your odd spell. Anyway, I apologize if I'm talking over the voice acting, because the voice acting in this is fantastic. It's a lot more droll than I thought it would be for a game of this caliber, considering it's dealing with gods and goddesses and Greek mythology. I thought it would be, you know, a little more pompous, but it's not. So I apologize if I talk over some of the stuff starting out beginning of the video. I have to kind of explain what I can. So this is where Hades shines in that, well, it's where a lot of roguelikes shine, so to say, in that you get abilities as you play. You use those abilities with you use these buffs or to your other abilities to, well, increase your other things. I think I sat here arguing this one for so long because it seems like pretty much everything Athena can give you for a buff always deflects, and in retrospect, I kind of wanted to probably run an auto attack build where every time I left clicked, I deflected any enemy's attacks. But I did kind of enjoy the cast actually having a travel time, more damage, basically give me an alternative. Let me split up my focus a little bit. But the thing about this game that I was having trouble figuring out right away, and that I'll probably get used to as I go along with time, is that if you, what is it? I can't even think of it right now. Is that the timing of using your spacebar or dash button will allow you to dash out of the way of certain attacks. And I need to learn that I can dash out of the way of attacks more frequently. Now for me it's spacebar in this scenario, but I will mention you can play on controller in pretty much every circumstance of this game. And I kind of learned that, you know, you almost kind of want to spam when you're playing. Like, of course, take a minute, plan out your attack a little bit better than I am. But you do want to kind of plan out your entrance assault onto everything in here, and then act upon it, rather than just blindly flailing about. Now, I probably could use this a little more well, there it is right there, I deflected. But they do have this is the, like, the very first run, you know, this is the, we're gonna teach you how to play this game run. Even though this is no different than playing the game again and again and again.
I'm hurt. Can't heal myself, but I can fight.
Yeah, and as you can tell, it's because I was quiet there for half a second. there is voice acting for pretty much every single type of scenario in this game. Low on health before you enter a room, Zagreus will make a comment on. Get your ass beat, which I think is about to happen to me right about here. No, not yet. Pretty sure I don't last too long in this run. But yeah, there it is. But yeah, get absolutely mollywopped, and you die, like you would in any roguelike. But then, much like any roguelike, you start over.
Damn it.
But starting over, yeah, basically just takes you to the gates of Hades, or the gates of hell for those that aren't brushed up on your Greek mythology. Anyway, I'll probably be a little quiet while I let other characters talk here.
Hades were... Wait, I know you. Guess that means you died out there, huh? Well, don't be sad, though. Pretty much everybody dies sometime.
Some of us more than others.
Back already.
I do love the voice acting in this game so much, because it is so... I don't know if poignant is the right word, but it is so powerful.
So how was your wanton ransacking of my domain?
Greetings, Father. My ransacking was a delight, thank you for asking. So I'll just be on my way again.
Be on your way indeed. What do I care? You shall never reach the surface. Go, see for yourself.
And of course, like all good games, you must be able to pet the dog.
You watch over things for me, won't you, boy? You know I'd take you if I could.
So I found this out and I basically lost it. It's just like, you can pet the dog, best game. Shut up, petting the dog is important. Cerberus is a good boy.
You've returned. Good to see you, lad. Despite the circumstances. Remember your training out there. The pain of death is but another obstacle.
And fear is for the weak. Take care, Achilles.
Now my Greek mythology knowledge is very limited, and I am not very versed in it.
The House of Hades, that dark and lavishly appointed lair of the underworld's king, is home not just to him, but to his willful progeny.
You know I can hear you, old man.
I love it. But yeah, I don't know, my Greek mythology, of course, is not very good. So what I do know is... hopefully this game does expand upon the knowledge of it. If this is like what actually is portrayed in Greek mythology, awesome. Greek mythology is dope. If this is not what's portrayed in Greek mythology, and this is kind of just so-and-so theory crafting on Supergiant's end, even more so, because we'll call it a alternate universe. People like those, right?
The Olympians shall make powerful allies, but reveal to them no more than they already know, for all our sakes.
I understand.
So at this point, this game is, well, more or less, the son of Hades, Zagreus, is attempting to make his way to the surface. Zagreus? There we go. Okay, that's it. Anyway, he's attempting to make his way to the surface and eventually attempt to make his way to either Greece or the plane of the Olympians. Now, at the point of when I'm recording this game, this is still in early access, but you're going to see that even in early access, this game is really polished. And those purple gems you gathered, come in here, increase your stats a little bit here and there. I always, whenever I get the chance to increase my stats, I tend to forever just kind of go a balanced build, even though it'll be a detriment to me in the long run, but I like to go a balanced build. Now here in this room gets you access to weapons. Fortunately for most of this, we're only going to see access to the sword for this video. But, well, the sword. But here's another thing of this is that, well, I guess something that I'm explaining far too late into the video, but I should probably say, for those of you that this is your first time watching the Think Fast series, well, I'll explain it after Zeus makes himself known.
In the name of Hades, Olympus, I accept this message.
Greetings, Greetings there, young man. Look, your father's always been rather difficult, and he's not so much as called in quite some time. You'll have a better home where you belong, here on Olympus. And to help you on your journey, have my blessing.
So let's see, your attacking meets a chain lightning when a foe auto attacks. Special causes a lightning bolt to strike nearby foes, and the thunder dash. I love chain lightning in games, so I feel like I will abuse the hell out of anything that comes from Zeus, because I love chain lightning effects on attacks and abilities. But yeah, it's a game where you pick your well, starting out you don't get this stuff, but sorry, I need to backpedal, I'm getting distracted. So for those of you that have not watched Think Fast series before, basically, I sit down and I play a game for 15 to 45 minutes as if I just opened it from a physical package, and I give you my thoughts in the game based on that time alone. Now, I do know that with some abilities you can get, if the gods do mesh well with each other, you can get a intertwining boost or a synchro boost. I don't know what it's actually called. Hades community, you can tell me if I'm wrong, because I probably am. I want to say I just went for the Divine Flourish in this one. Yeah, I did. So I'm pretty sure we'll see it in this run of it, but basically, you can choose your boons as you go into a room, but as you have seen, you only get the boons when you're at the end of a room. And there are traps to dodge, there's just a whole cavalcade of stuff. Oh. See, while playing, I didn't even see half these traps. Like, I'm finally, even though I'm doing this post-commentary, I'm finally seeing what you guys are seeing. And it's making me a little angry that in my blind flurry, I did not see half of what was going on here. It does kind of wow me, like, now that I'm actually, like, here looking at the game and not focusing on combat, it does wow me that this is all, like, in a 2D environment, so to say. Anyway, these doors we go through, there will be multiple exits to rooms, so you can kind of pick what your boon or your bane is when you go into a room. And that's kind of that is a bit of the beauty of this game, is that as you play and you get more knowledge in the game, you can know what certain gods can give you what boons and abilities, or other things that give you boons and abilities. And you can kind of use them to tailor your build, but when you're starting out, you kind of just learn what gods you like best with what weapons and whatnot. And have I mentioned I'm bad at games? I'm pretty bad at games. Now, do I notice, is there two? I don't think there's two here.
No way to patch up. Got to keep going.
Okay, well, coin it is. Now, after some time, I will get a little bit better with the combat, and even in this video, I do get better with the combat as is, but it is going to take a learning curve and also increasing my base stats. Thank you. I appreciate this coin. And also I need my cast. And let's see, still only have one exit. I guess the game is still trying to keep me on the straight and narrow, so to say, so I don't, run myself into the ground and die immediately. I think actually in this room, if I don't die, I can't remember if I died here or not. It's been a couple days since I played this. I don't. I get my choice of boon. I can either go talk to Ares, or I think that's Chaos? But you gotta kind of pick your boon. Of course, gotta go with Ares, God of War. Ares and Zeus, you technically historically have synchronized with each other. Or I guess, tolerate each other. Listen, for what I know about Greek mythology, all the gods tolerate each other unless they decide to get a wild hair out their nose, and it's just like, nah, I don't like you anymore today. Greek mythology, it's weird. Don't do Greek mythology, kids.
Prize of battle. This one was bound to show up, I guess. In the name of Hades, Olympus, I accept this message.
You've got quite the fighting spirit in you there, I have to say. Most intriguing, and yet no surprise for someone born in hell itself. You come on out of there and tell me all about it. I'm a fellow student of death, you see.
So, as you go along, you also get rare skills. Now, unfortunately, I don't think I get the benefit too much from this one because, I mean, I am going to be at 9, 10 health, but it's nice to get a rare skill. There are also epic and legendary variants, but basically, I just got a flat plus 10% damage. And I do like how they have vocal clips that kind of say, hey, this is the furthest you made it. Bodied. So yeah, starting out, doing bad. Just starting out in this game, you will do bad. There is no questioning it. But as time goes along, you get more boons, you start upgrading yourself more. You will get further and further, unlike most roguelikes. This one takes an RPG aspect to it where you start with you get better starting stats.
One of the wretched thugs caught you. Too bad. They're slow, but they hit pretty hard, I guess. Have you tried moving out of the way?
I haven't, no.
The sarcasm is very deep-rooted in this game.
Keep at it, lad. I've known great men throughout my life, and I can always tell when someone's better than their circumstances. Fight like I'd fight out there.
I'll give them hell as you once did, Achilles. Though doubtless many of the shades who stand against me first arrived in Tartarus because of you. Someone's at the desk next to the throne. Who's that sniveling shade to your immediate left there, Father? Already found someone new to do the busy work. And here I thought I was utterly indispensable.
That shade boy is my newly designated contractor. One whose responsibility is to work on this house. Though who shall pay for everything my subjects here demand, I do not know.
You're trying to guilt me into funding the exorbitant furnishings you desire.
Perhaps once we are finished with repairs for all the carnage you have sown throughout my realm, then we might finally have time for all the needed renovations that have piled up.
Nice. Some sort of special offer for me, my good shade.
So, yeah, as you go throughout the game, I think they're called gems, but you do get gems that, like, furnish the place, which will allow you to access more denizens of Tartarus, more upgrades, you know. Basically, the further you go, the more you can upgrade home. The more you upgrade home, the better you do out there, and the cycle continues. So it is an RPG in the sense that you invest to do better in the long run, and when you do better in the long run, you can invest, and the cycle just keeps repeating. Now, as the game goes along, this is something I know about because I have seen others play this game that I will tell you about, is that when you do beat the game, that's not the end of the game. That's not like, oh, game's over. Because no, much like the biggest parallel I can give you, actually, is Kid Icarus, where if you want to, you can keep playing the game once you've beaten it once, or even when you're initially playing through it, you can give yourself additional. You can give yourself additional modifiers to make the game harder on yourself, which will yield greater rewards. Now here, I got a bow. I don't like the bow.
What the?
The pain is indescribable. Nice place you got here, boyo. Name's Skelly, how's it going? But enough with the small talk already. I'm here to do a job. So let me have it. Give me everything you got.
I don't remember having you on payroll, mate. Who's your supervisor?
Oh, I'm not about to wrap my sources, pal. Just try and beat it out of me.
Fair enough. So, I tried playing with the bow a little bit, and in a game where it seems like it's more hack and slash than anything else, the bow does not feel like a good weapon. It just does not. I do not like the bow. It's too slow, and because you have to have pretty much a full charge in order to release the shot, so either you have to be godlike in positioning, or you just have to be that patient. And in a hack and slash, I am not patient, so I'm probably not going to be using the bow at all. So I'm going to grab the sword again.
Stygius, blade of the underworld. I need your strength.
You're using that thing, huh?
Yes, of course I'm using this thing now because it's a good weapon. I so would want to use the shield or the spear, because I've seen people play with shield and spear, and they look like so much fun. And actually, something I should mention is that as you go throughout the game, you can actually, excuse me, as you go throughout the game, you actually can upgrade the weapons individually as well. So not only can you upgrade your personal stats, your how you get stat growths, how you meet other people, all this stuff. You can also increase how the weapon's base value of damage as well. So it basically takes the I don't know. I think there are other roguelike or roguelite genres that also I do see that shine. I probably could have done something with that. Didn't notice until I walked through the door. There probably is a way you can take all of this stuff. There probably is a way, or there are probably other roguelikes that have done this before, where it treats it like an RPG where you can increase your stats before you go into a room and before you go into rooms and battle things, yada yada, so on and so forth. But I don't know. I feel like Hades is going to be, because Supergiant is a very well-renowned company. I feel like Hades, or Supergiant with Hades, is going to kind of popularize this whole thing a bit more and make it more of a normalcy rather than traditional roguelike or roguelite games. But anyway, let's focus now on the combat that I'm doing badly at, because, well, you will see here that this is my third run at this particular set. As I mentioned before, the game doesn't end when the game ends. The game does keep going. The game does keep going beyond this. Also, max health, nice. I think I get a choice between a key and power and, you know, pre-run power-ups. Go for key because I would like to unlock. I do want to unlock additional weapons at some point more than I do want to unlock stat boosts. Also, I learned in this run about pushing enemies into walls because I think our Daedalus Hammer gives us the push ability. Anyway. But yeah, like, I had 3 topics going on at once, like I normally do when I do post-commentary. Welcome to post-commentary, Scooter. I'm either yelling at myself, or I start 3 topics at once instead of staying on one. And I still lose the subject conversation, because I'm not clicking and clacking the controller. But anyway, the push mechanic I thought was a neat mechanic. Push small enemies into walls, have them get dealt damage upon wall push. Artemis or Dionysus? Went with Artemis, even though I don't have the bow. But even then, you can still use... Scooter, that was an explosion. Even without the bow, you can still use Artemis's boons and skills. Also, somebody correct me if I'm wrong, but I want to say enemies can harm other enemies, like these explosive spider mines. Can harm other enemies in the room. But yeah, if an enemy has an overshield of sorts, they can't... If an enemy does have an overshield, once you break it, or they cannot be flinched, but once you do break it, they can be flinched like most other enemies. Anyway, I'm losing my mind as well, because it's just like, well, why are these still coming out? And then it's like, oh wait, I left this enemy alive since the start.
Divine arrow. There's only one heavenly archer I know of. Well, several, really. Anyway, in the name of Hades, Olympus, I accept this message.
I heard about you. Look, I'm not like all the others on Olympus. The power of the hunt helps keep me company, so maybe it'll help you too.
The power of the hunt is... I don't know. But I feel like when you're using the bow and you get Artemis, I think a lot of the auto attack things, if I remember right, a lot of the auto attack stuff basically lets you target. They let you like auto target things, or you don't have to do a full charge when you're using the bow. You can like just fire off weak rapid shots. That's just all I can perceive from an outsider looking in. Hey, look, more deadly swing. I think I actually kind of went for more of a crit build in this one. Also, looking at my skills, because I just saw the message of looking at boons. But I think, well, I see that glowing shine in the fountain there. Oops. Can I even get to that? I probably didn't even think I could. So let's see. More keys for more weapons. But yeah, if it wasn't there, I think this is our first instance of using money in this room here. Which, I don't know. Money is always in roguelikes, it seems like. Even if it is a game that's just like abolishing, you know, communism, so to say, or commerce, the game, for whatever reason, will still have a market system of some kind, even if it doesn't use flat out money for it.
This can unlock a weapon back at home.
Anyway.
Let's see what's in here.
So gathering money is not fruitless, even though it goes away at the start of every run, because you can use it mid-run to increase your healing, you know, buy extra boons. I can't remember. Did I get like full? Did I go full beans in this one, or did I try and heal a little more? I think I went full beans because I was like, well, I'm not finding any health drops anywhere I go, so full beans. I was just like, if I'm gonna die, I'm dying. I'm dying on my own terms, man, and not playing cowardice. Hey, no running. I'm surprised that cast like one-shot that guy. Then again, I do have increased crit rate. I think that's the build I went on this one, is just increased crit rate, but not so much crit damage, but definitely crit rate. Oh, enemies do harm. Enemies can harm other enemies. Anyway, get broken, son. I don't remember if I dodged that. I don't think the dash is on a cooldown of any kind. Yeah, I don't think the dash is on any kind of cooldown. So you can spam dash, potentially? I don't know. I never messed around with how quickly it hit. Oh, hey, Aphrodite. But I also think this is a mini-boss. Which, I don't know. After I learned that the bombs pretty much explode on impact, I had a much easier time with this boss. But I do enjoy this. I did enjoy this boss fight. Also, I say that I got better because I learned that they explode impact, and yet I'm like pretty much dancing with death and with danger. There we go. And now it's just you, my friend. Give me that butt. I will crit you forever and always.
Anyone out? It must be a mess. Let's see here. Hi there. In the name of Hades, Olympus, I accept this message.
Why, hello there, little godling. I have to say, you're quite the specimen, and so I've decided I shall aid you for the moment. You and...
I don't know. I skipped it okay, apparently. So, it seems like this is like an afterthought, but it seems like all the boons you get from a mid-boss seem to be rare in quality by default. And I really like this one. Like, you might think, oh, it reduced your attack range. I was already using the sword. Why not just go and hit him with the shotgun blast and the sword slam? As I proceed to get mollywopped. Here it comes. You ready? I don't know. I like this one from Aphrodite. Because it lets me mollywop in rapid succession. But of course, I'm bad at the game. And I've died. Listen, I admit, I'm bad.
I'm back. Again.
So defeated. But yeah, the writing in this game is fantastic. So, I do encourage you guys to get this game, if not for the very well-tuned combat, but also for the dialogue, because it's a roguelike, but with full voice acting. So you gotta assume how many lines of dialogue are in this game, and there are a lot of unique lines of dialogue. But anyway, I'm going to leave this here, as awkward as the segment as was, because this is about my time. If you are curious about Hades, want to know what systems it's available on, how much it will cost you, anything as such, that will all be in the description down below. A reminder, this is in a beta build right now. Even in a beta build, fairly polished. But I'm pretty sure by the time this video goes live, it'll probably be in full release. I can't say for certain though. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching. And I hope you'll come back again when I'll react to a brand new title for the very first time. You folks have a great rest of your day, and take care.